a comedy I was excited for, from a director that does a good job at it. And I'm happy I saw it. Really awkward opening, but the film I'm talking about is Trainwreck, directed by Judd Apatow, written by Amy Schumer, starring Schumer, Bill Hader, LeBron James, Brie Larson, John Cena is in this movie also. Hold on a minute. You know, it's Tilda Swinton in there. Ezra Miller. Oh yeah. That guy did look so much familiar when I look back at that. Also Colin Quinn. This film is about a woman named Amy who, like, in one time like she went through a divorce, and like one time her father taught her, said this thing: monogamy is not realistic. As a result, she never understood it, but as she got older, she started learning about it, and as a result, she started sleeping with men. She started having many one-night stands with many men. And then, of course, but until one day when she comes across, while trying to write an art, she's forced to write this article over a sports doctor, played by Bill Hader, and after a while, she starts becoming, like, attached to him as a person. Attached to him, and they start developing this romantic relationship. Now, I was really excited for this film when it was announced because I'm a huge fan of Judd Apatow. I absolutely love The 4-Year-Old Virgin, and I also same for Knocked Up. I also liked Funny People. 3 or 3.5 out of 5. And knowing however, there were some things I was skeptical about because, you know, I didn't know about Amy Schumer as a writer. I never saw the show. I never saw her variety show inside Amy Schumer. I never really knew much about her until I heard about this film. And after seeing it, my skepticism was why was I skeptical? I thought she was pretty excited for it, but I was still a little skeptical. But thank God that I was satisfied. This is probably the best comedy of 2015. If it's not, it probably is. It was so funny. I mean, like, I saw this with my dad. He and I actually were in a pretty packed theater, and this thing's been out for weeks. Actually, it was a pretty small theater, and I was surprised. That was actually it was actually packed a bit. But one thing I could say, it was absolutely hilarious. I was dying laughing so many times throughout the movie. Even the more crude jokes, there were times where crude jokes would be a little too much for me. But even there was like some they're both disgusting. They're both kind of gross, but at the same time, incredibly funny. I mean, seriously, this movie is incredibly funny, and very consistently as well. That's one major benefit I can give this film. It's so damn funny. But also one thing about it, it's actually also, it has a great cast. Amy Schumer undeniably has a fantastic breakout film role. I've only seen her on the show Girls. I think she had a guest spot on that role. And for the one I saw, I think it was on the season 3 premiere. She was pretty good in the few seconds she had on the screen. I liked her on there. She is great here. She manages to inhabit a character that's just really. She's not only incredibly funny, but also she does manage to inhabit a very well-developed character, and even one that you may say is kind of relatable. One thing I can say about this film is that it is better than so many different comedies. It really raises above that bar for many different reasons. The cast is good. Also, she's really fun. She's absolutely hilarious, like Amy Schumer. Bill Hader is also pretty funny. And whenever it comes to, like, Amy Schumer and Bill Hader together, they have great chemistry together. They're absolutely incredibly funny together. And seeing the differences between the two and seeing them collide makes for some perfect comedy. Also, I just absolutely love LeBron James. He actually was one of the biggest surprises. Save for John Cena. John Cena, I'm going to get to first. Now, this guy's not well respected as an actor, but people, he's not really that well respected anyway, from what I know. I don't know much about Complo. But he was absolutely funny. He was in the short moments he has on screen, he's absolutely hilarious. One of my favorite scenes was in a movie theater. And seriously, as that scene went on, I was absolutely almost like dying laughing. Same for my theater. Everyone was like dying laughing a lot of times. So was I. But LeBron James was also a big surprise. He actually was really funny, and he was also, let me say, a supporting partner for Bill Hader. Sorry, guys, I'm just looking at something. like looking at like Bill Hader, alongside he and Bill Hader, they have a great part. They have a great dynamic between each other as well. They're incredibly funny. It's absolute LeBron James also brings a lot of big laughs to him. I mean, I absolutely love him in this movie. Colin Quinn is also incredibly funny. I mean, really, what else do I have to say? I mean, him as a dad who taught the two girls saying monogamy isn't realistic, although only one person followed that. It's pretty cool. The cast also, Brie Larson is good, and she is good for some parts. She is good, but of course she isn't that huge of a part in this movie. It is not really that great. Yeah. Kind of sad. One thing I like about this movie is it also has a lot of real characters. A lot of people don't. A lot of characters, like when it comes to my things about some of these movies, a lot of comedy characters, they just feel like, they're fake characters in comedy. These characters feel like real people. They have a personality to them, but they also are people that you can probably relate to in a way. And that's one other thing I like about Amy Schumer. She wrote great characters. Many of them that are not only funny, but also have a great personality to them. Even fictionalizing some people. There are actually some pretty cool celebrity cameos in there. I think also one of them is Daniel Radcliffe. But there also are some others I'm not going to spoil there. They were absolutely hilarious. They were so funny. I mean, some of their scenes, they stole it sometimes. Some of them really stood out to me. It's really, really funny. But also, this is a romantic comedy that really isn't your typical romantic comedy. It's also really raunchy. If you're not really into that, you might want to skip this. But it's really funny. I mean, seriously, the amount of crudity in there. I was surprised at the shit they could do with that R rating. Holy shit! I mean, seriously, if I was dying laughing at the theater so many times. I mean, what do you expect me to say? Okay, let's get on with it. Also, I really do things. It also kind of explores Amy, not only the fact she's a girl who never really believed in romantic relationships, but also going through this, but once she goes through this change and seeing this development inside her, it's nothing short of actually intriguing to watch. Because, I mean, sure, it's nothing amazing, but it's just kind of cool seeing her change, from her one, that she kind of changes bits of her lifestyle. It's kind of cool. Also, I really do. There also are tons of entertaining sequences. There was one near the end that actually was really, really fun, Amy. I mean, absolutely hilarious. I absolutely loved it. It was just awesome. But also, now there's drama in this movie. The drama sometimes at times really does help because the characters, you feel for them at times. And it works well at some points. And yeah. But however, sometimes that never overpowers the laughs. And sometimes the laughs still come, even in the slower parts of this film. However, this is not a perfect film. There are only a few issues I have with it. Number one, I do think some of the supporting cast are underused. There are some great, now don't get me wrong, there are some great standout moments, and I like Brie Larson. I loved her in Short Term 12, but I feel like she's just kind of underused here. She had some moments in this film, don't get me wrong, but also I felt like she really could have had a little bit bigger of a role, something a little bit more to do. Dude, she's no doubt good in the film, and I think she's good for the role, for the stuff she gets, but this film does have some, but I feel like she was a little underused. Another issue I have with this film is probably the length. This film's like, I think, 2 hours, 2 minutes, and that is a bit long for a comedy. Some comedies have managed to do that. I absolutely love. Now, some of these other films I think are longer, like Judd Apatow's films. I think like maybe The 4-Year-Old Virgin is longer. I have no idea. Maybe Knocked Up. And I think I liked him more. This, however, is not a bad one. That's more of a minor. Sometimes the length is a bit of an issue, but it's really not much of a problem. It's just a bit of an annoyance. There are some times where you almost kind of want it to end, but at the same time, it barely bothered me. My only real complaints are really the supporting cast. Some of them are underutilized, and I do things. While Colin Quinn does have a lot of great stand-up moments as his dad, Amy's dad, Amy and Brie Larson, like Amy's dad. It absolutely was really funny. He's hilarious, man. I think Brie Larson is good. I think she really deserves a lot more credit than she's given here. I hope she can do that in some other film projects she's involved in. But for now, I think I enjoyed her here. But I wanted more of her. And the film does feel a little too long at times, and that is usually typical of some comedies. And I'm sorry to say that, but what do you expect me to say? Sometimes it may be a little too crude for you, but to be honest, and there are some scenes that are like awkward comedy. Some of them are not. Some of them I found I could sit through well and thought actually were pretty funny. But they're kind of like a little bit typical sometimes when they have to have these awkward conversations. Now, some of them did... Hold on a minute. Sorry, some people were yelling out my name again. I really need... Seriously, I should probably just take a break for a few years and then come back to it when I'm either in college, actually it's... or when I'm actually in my own apartment. Oh wait, that'd be too abrupt. They'd probably be more professional as well because I'm taking audio video production in school. Pretty cool, huh? Now I think I left off on some aspects to it. Now the film is a bit over long, but it never completely dragged for me. And there were some things that did make up for some aspects of it, but overall, not that completely sad. It's not perfect. Let's just say that. I like sometimes crude humor, sometimes it's a little bit too much, but what do you expect, huh? However, guys, this is a really good movie. It's one of my favorite comedies of the past few years. In the last few years, no, maybe if this is past year, not the last few years. I've seen a lot of good comedies actually. Last year we had The Grand Budapest Hotel. I mean, come on. Okay, anyways, but this is a good role. It's a great breakout role for Amy Schumer. She proves to be an incredibly talented writer, has great characters, is absolutely hilarious, but also, and it really manages to offer up so much offers up more than today's comedies. I really think this is a comedy you need to watch. It would have been awesome giving this a 5 out of 5, but unfortunately, it's not perfect. There are a couple issues I have with it. But I do have to say, I'm giving it a 4.5 out of 5. Good enough, I guess, huh? I mean, maybe I would give it a 5 out of 5, but, this is my opinion, guys. Your opinions are probably a little bit different. Who knows? Anyways, guys, my review for Trainwreck. Comment below what you think about it. What is your favorite Judd Apatow comedy? Did you like this film? How would you compare this to some of his other films? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Let me know in the comments below and subscribe to my channel for more